What is going on, guys? It has been about a week since I've even turned on my Xbox. I actually had to go out of town, kind of an emergency, but that's why I haven't posted any videos. And I actually was gonna post a couple videos while I was gone, but I'm sure a lot of you know all of the troubles that content creators have been having with Mortal Kombat. I am no different. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, every single Mortal Kombat video that I've ever posted got flagged for demonetization, and I've been going through the process of trying to get them all A-okayed. And even though that I don't really do any gameplay videos, at least too many of them, most of them are gear and at the shrine and things like that, all of mine still got flagged, and I've been going through a heck of a process trying to get them, re-monetized and all that stuff. But today's gonna be something a little bit different. I did all of the character towers for every single character in the game. And now today I am going to do a tier list of the characters in which I enjoyed playing. I am going to rank the characters based on how much fun I had playing. Not how good they are, not how effective they are, not how you should use them in online gameplay or anything like that. This has nothing to do with how good they are. This is how much fun I have actually had while playing the character. Now, I know some people might not care how much fun I have, but I thought it'd be fun, just to kind of rank them, based on what I thought about each of the characters. Now, when I'm talking about ranking, this does include like the gear, the ability to customize, the special moves, fatal blows, basically everything that makes the game enjoyable while you are playing it. Not whether or not you win or lose, just how much fun you have. So if you enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up, man. I also have a ton of coins that we will be going to the shrine, trying to get some more gear, trying to get some more skins and things like that. Now that I am back in town, I can finally post some videos. And of course, even though this has no gameplay, the second that I post this will get flagged and I'll have to go through the process. But I am here now, and so I can finally take care of that. That's why I didn't post any, because I knew they would all get flagged, and the first couple days is when you get the most views and stuff. So anyways, let's get into this. Right now, this tier list maker has S, A, B, C, and D. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Obviously, S is the best, D is the worst. And I'm just going to go in the order that it has them listed and rank them and kind of give you, I guess, maybe a little bit of my reasons. Now, some of these characters I only played in the character tower, right? So some of them I did not get a whole lot of experience. So some of these are going to be just my first impressions, what I actually thought. Y'all will have to let me know in the comments who your favorite character is, what you think, where I guess maybe some of these do not fall in the right place. But like I said, everybody has their own play style, everybody has their own favorite characters and stuff like that they like to play with. So first up, Kano. Okay, so and a lot of this stuff I'm going to be saying the same thing that I did say when I did do the character towers. So Kano has a lot of throws, although I do actually like some of his throws that he has, some of his combos, how you can combine a lot of different things. One of the bad things, though, with Kano is his gear sucks, like absolutely sucks. His eye, his heart, his knife. Doing the character tower, getting the gear, definitely did not make the getting the gear and skins all that enjoyable. His skins are okay, but his gear, not really that good. Some of his throws are kind of cool. But other than that, yeah, I'm going to have to put Kano at C because, frankly, I really didn't have too much fun playing with him or grinding out the tower. That was the only experience I had. We got Jackie Briggs up next. Now, I thought I would like Jackie Briggs just because of the fact that I like the characters that are quick. I like the characters that have the kicks and the punches. A lot of the martial arts type things, even though she doesn't fall necessarily in that category. But I like a lot of her, I guess, abilities that involve her little guns and stuff. That's kind of cool. A lot of those animations are pretty neat. So, but again, back to the same as Kano. Her gear sucks. It is terrible. Those two hand cannons, really doesn't do anything. Her skins, yeah, probably lower tier on the skins too. So, But I actually did have a little bit more fun playing as Jackie than I did with Kano. So I'm going to throw her up into B. Katana. Katana was one of the very first characters that I did as far as the character tower. And I personally am still holding out hope that Melina is going to come back. And very similar with Katana and Jade, for some reason, I thought maybe that I might like, because I like Melina so much, that I thought I might like Jade and Katana a little more. But I actually found Katana a little bit difficult to play with. I think in the beginning, though, when I first started doing the character towers, it was probably because, you know, it was in the beginning and being new to the, you know, new to everything and trying to figure everything out, that her combos were a little bit difficult for me. Her gear, though, is pretty good. I like her gear. I like her skins. I like a lot of her masks are really cool. Her fan blades are really nice. So I'm going to throw her up in B. She wasn't too bad. Erron Black, on the other hand, man, if you saw the Erron Black tower, I absolutely hate playing with Erron Black. I don't know what it is, but I find a lot of his moves a little bit awkward. I don't know what it is. His throwing that... Just the way that like the combos and stuff, like, combined with his gun and then throwing out that, for whatever reason, it just reminds me of Joker a lot from Injustice. But anyway, Erron Black, I did not like playing with him at all, so we're gonna put him in D. He is probably one of the few characters that I really did not like doing the tower whatsoever. And yeah, moving on, we got Jade. Jade was in the very beginning in the beta version, so I did have some experience playing with Jade in the beginning, and I did like playing with Jade. So I like a lot of her combos. I like a lot of her gear, her masks. Again, a lot of these characters that have masks, how they change and stuff, make the character look different. I really like that. Her staff, though, not really anything too special, but she still was a lot of fun. I like a lot of her moves that she has with her staff. So we're going to put her up in B. Sonia. Now, I think out of all the characters, I probably win the most with Sonia. And she probably is considered to be one of the best characters in the game, I think. But that's not what this video is about, right? This video is not about how well I do. This video is not about how good she is. This is just how much fun I actually had playing the character tower. And being that her combo string, the one that you do, the back 1, 2, 4, I think, into that uppercut where she punches them and stuff and then bounces them, like, that seems to be pretty much the most effective combo there is, at least for me, right? And there really doesn't ever seem to be any point to do anything else. So even though that I do really well with her, and a lot of her gear is pretty good, her glasses, on the other hand, I really don't like that much. But all of her other stuff are okay. Her skins are okay. She's really good character, but I'm going to have to put her in C. Just because, I don't know, I just didn't have, even though she's really good and I play probably really well with her, she wasn't that fun to play with. Baraka. Alright, so Baraka, I do like a lot of his blade moves, which seem to be pretty effective, and a lot of his fatal blow is kind of cool. I like a lot of his brutalities are pretty neat. And so with Baraka, he wasn't too bad. He wasn't too bad, but still not a very good character for me. Not a lot of fun. So I'm going to go with C. Johnny Cage, man, this character right here, he is on the same level as Erron Black. I really thought that, being that I like martial arts and stuff, I thought Johnny Cage, I think I think his parry is probably my favorite move that he has. But the rest of them, I really did not like. When I did the character tower, if y'all remember that video, I could not figure out how to do the brutality. I don't know how I did it in the video, but that thing bothered the crap out of me for the entire character stage. This is the only time I played Johnny Cage. We're going to put him in D. He just wasn't fun. That character tower was not fun at all, and using him was not fun for me. Frost. She's really weird. Like the head move where she throws out her head and it bounces along the ground and freezes the opponent. Her spin is cool. I like the blades, how she spins around. I like how she turns her bodies and stuff like that. So that's kind of neat. But other than that, I mean, I really didn't find Frost all that fun to play with. We were going to put her in C. Garrus, man, I don't like characters that have the throws that much. I really don't. Same with Kano. He does have all of those. And Garrus is another good character. He's pretty good. He seems to be pretty good, and a lot of people use him, and a lot of people do well with him. But I didn't have fun playing with him whatsoever. He was not fun to play with at all, and not quite as bad as Aaron Black and Johnny Cage, but still was nowhere near as fun as the ones in C. So we're going to put Garrus in D. Man, we've started off, I guess, in this list. I did not reorder this list whatsoever. I did not put them in any sort of order before I did this. So this was not intentional. It just so happens that I didn't even really look at the list. I just found one that had it, all the pictures anyway, and then put it up here. And it just so happens they're all B, C, and D. But I promise I did have fun with some of these characters. All right, Devorah. Devorah, surprisingly, to me, was a lot of fun to play with. She really was. I liked a lot of her brutalities, her fatalities. I liked a lot of her special moves. I liked a lot of her abilities. There was a lot of things with Devorah. Her gear, though, her skins is, again, some of the worst in the game. But she was really a lot of fun to play with. So I'm going to put Devorah in A, actually. She's cool. I mean, she really is a lot of fun to play with, and a lot of her combos, especially the ones if I didn't have a whole lot of success doing it, but whenever I did get the combos, when she does do that like eruption thing where that little pod thing blows up and it spits them up in the air, and you can get that combo in there with them. Super fun. A lot of fun to do with that, and a lot of her with her little legs and stuff and her little bugs spitting out, and she was just really different. Had a lot of fun. Scorpion, he's super cool. Scorpion is probably a character that is really good. I think considered maybe upper tier. I'm really not sure. I don't really know everything about the characters as far as how good they are, but I would think that Scorpion's pretty high up there. And as far as playing with him, I am going to put him in S. He is really, really fun to play with. Just about every single move that he has a lot of different combo strings. He has a lot of different things that you can do with his teleport, and he was just so much fun. And his, not only the animations, but like the sound effects that he has when he does each of the abilities is really cool. So Scorpion was super fun to play with. Sub-Zero, on the other hand, definitely was not. Even though I really like Sub-Zero, and in Injustice 2, I really liked playing with Sub-Zero. He was a lot of fun, I think, in Injustice 2. But as far as Mortal Kombat 11 goes, I did not have near as much fun playing with Sub-Zero as I did in Injustice 2. So he does have really cool gear. I like a lot of his axes. I like a lot of his masks. His skins look good. So even though that I would probably consider him not quite as fun, he did have a lot of good gear, and I really did enjoy playing the tower and finding the gear. So I'm going to throw him up in B. Cabal. Now, Cabal has probably some of the best gear in the game, I think. A lot of his masks that he has are absolutely awesome. A lot of his moves and abilities that he has with the spins and stuff, and a lot of his dialogue is a lot of fun. So I actually really enjoyed playing the character tower with Cabal. I was really excited going through each one of them, trying, seeing what new masks he had, and it was especially a lot of fun being that I don't necessarily spoil everything by looking through all of the gear beforehand to see what is possible to unlock. But as far as Cabal goes, man, super fun, a lot. I really enjoyed playing with him. So I'm going to throw him up in A. So far we got Scorpion, Devorah, and Cabal as 3 of the top tier funnest characters for me that I've played with so far. Scarlet, another character in the beta, and I did try her out quite a bit in the beta, and I did not like her at all. I didn't like playing with her in the beta. I didn't like a lot of her moves. I didn't really like a whole lot of her gear either. The headdress, I guess, that she has, where it's like, I don't know, the head thing that they put on her. I really don't like that. Some of the goggles, I guess, they put on her, I really don't like that. Some of the masks are cool, but she has those little blood vials, which absolutely do nothing. And I don't know, a lot of her moves I just don't like. I don't like a lot of her special abilities. I don't really like too many of her brutalities. She just, I don't know. I really didn't have too much fun playing with her. So I'm going to put her down in C. Definitely not very fun for me when I did it. Rayden. Now, when we first started doing the character towers and going through a lot of the shrine and getting all of the gear, Rayden was one of the characters which I always thought looked a bit awkward. I think his body or proportions or his head or something just looked awkward to me. But he does have quite a few pretty cool hats. I really like some of his hats, and he does have that little, I guess, medallion thing in the center. Some of his staffs are really cool. And he was kind of fun to play with, actually. When I was doing him, he's another Injustice 2 character, so I played a lot of Injustice 2. I really like a lot of his moves with the lightning and some of his brutalities that involve his lightning and his staff and stuff were pretty cool. So I kind of enjoyed playing with him quite a bit. So I'm going to put him up in A or B. I think we're going to go with B. I don't want to say that I had quite as much fun with Rayden as I did with Devorah and Cabal, but still pretty good. Okay, Shao Kahn. Now, Shao Kahn, I think maybe is considered maybe one of the lower tier characters as far as how good he is, but he's awesome. He is really cool to play with. A lot of fun. I really like the characters that have the gear that you can see in the game. And like with him, his hammer. His hammer is so big, right? And he uses it constantly in all of his moves. And you can really see the gear in the game with his mask. He has some of the best gear in the game. I really love playing with him. A lot of his the animations, his brutalities are a lot of fun. When he like smashes the opponent's head on the ground and it blows up, that's really cool. And his "you suck," that's always really cool to do. But Shao Kahn, yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I am going to put him in A, or I think I'm going to go with S, man. I did have more fun playing with Shao Kahn than I did with Devorah and Cabal. Shang Tsung. Now, there's probably no doubt about this one. I don't know if there is a better character or a funner character to play with than Shang Tsung, especially if you're a guy that has a lot of experience playing a whole bunch of other characters. Like if you're pretty well versed in just about all of the Mortal Kombat characters, he definitely can be a lot of fun. Just the ability to transform into a different character. And then he has all of his ninjas that he can transform into, his fatal blow that transforms into other people. And it's just super cool. Like yeah, S tier all the way. 100%. Probably the best tower. And probably the funnest character that I think out of all the characters that I've played with so far, he is probably the funnest. Cetrion. Cetrion has definitely either the best gear or the second, top 1 or 2 best gear in the game, hands down. Her loadouts, every single piece of her gear is absolutely awesome. And doing the character tower with her, being that she has so many different things that she can use with water and air and fire and rocks and the earth, and using all of those abilities and special moves in the game is so much fun. She was really, really good. I'm going to definitely put her in A tier. I don't think that I had quite as much fun playing with her as I did with Scorpion, Shao Kahn, and Shang Tsung. But she definitely deserves to be ahead of Devorah and Cabal. I did have more fun playing with her than I did with Devorah and Cabal. Kung Lao. Now, for those of you that have been watching the videos a long time, Kung Lao was my very first character that I picked to play with. And I might be just a tad bit partial to him. I had like 1,000 matches with Kung Lao before I even touched another character, it feels like. So, yeah, I really, really, really like playing with Kung Lao. Ever since the initial launch of the game, I know a lot of people in the very beginning, I heard that, a lot of people say that Kung Lao wasn't any good, and it was good to see some tournaments with people playing him, and a lot of people are seeing, the things that he can do, even though that I am definitely not as effective as a lot of those other people that use some of those abilities, especially with the Z-Hat, when to use that, that's a little bit tough. But especially, I play so many other characters and did so many towers that I didn't get as much practice. But still, Kung Lao is awesome. I love playing with Kung Lao. Definitely belongs in the S tier for me. Very, very enjoyable to play with. Jax. Jax is not necessarily a martial artist, but still a bruiser. And one of the best things with Jax, and one of the most satisfying things with Jax, is his sound effects. Just the sound of his fists when they heat up and when he punches his opponent is just so satisfying. When he picks him up in the air and he's like boom, 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 and he hits him, and just the sound of it just is amazing. His gear is not necessarily the best, but his thumper is kind of cool. I like mixing that in there, even though I wouldn't say that as far as playing with him goes, I really use that a whole lot. I really enjoyed doing a lot of the moves with, even though he does have that grab, but it does have like options, right? You can pick him up, you can pound him on the ground, you can throw him. His brutalities are kind of cool. So I really liked playing with Jax. He was a lot of fun to play with. So I'm going to throw him up into the A tier. Really cool. Liu Kang. Great character. Martial artist at its finest, right? And just probably as far as, I have never really been in fighting games, too much into fighting games ever since probably Tekken Tag back in, I don't know, what was that, 2001 when it came out. So I took, I don't know, what is that, a 15-year break before Injustice 2 came out, and then I started playing fighting games again. But before that, around that time period, old Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang, every once in a while I would pick up the game. Liu Kang would be the guy that I would go to. Really like the martial artist. I think he's a really great character. And he's a lot of fun to play with. I mean, he's super quick. Love his fireball. Love his bicycle kick, of course. It's so classic. And then his little, I don't know, flying kick into other special moves is a lot of fun. So Liu Kang probably deserves to be in S tier. Super fun. Not as fun as the previous 4 characters or the other 4 characters ahead of him, but probably a little bit higher than the other 4 characters in A. Collector. Now, Collector was the last character tower that I done, right? And I was excited to do the very last character tower. So that might be partially the reason why I had so much fun doing it, because I knew it was going to be the last one. But He is so different than any other character. So many of his animations with the ball and chain and his knife and the little arms on his back, how he reaches around, his brutality where he cuts off the head, right, and he like takes the knife and he sticks it right in the guy's chest and the head's just sitting there. That's awesome, dude. I loved playing with Collector. He was a lot of fun to play with. So I'm gonna throw Collector in the A tier. He was, even though he's probably not considered the greatest of the characters, he was just so much fun to see something different. It just felt refreshing, you know, using his teleport and stuff. He did remind me though of Scarecrow quite a bit, and I really liked playing with Scarecrow in Injustice. So yeah, we're gonna put him in A. All right. So with Noob, I think, you know, he was another one of the characters that I did initially in the very beginning. He looks amazing. Like, his actual character model looks awesome. His gear is pretty good. His skins are pretty good. Besides for his shadow, the shadow really isn't anything too special. And okay, I guess even his hook, right? His hook really isn't all that special either. So maybe not his gear, but his skins look good. His actual character model looks really good as well. And he was fun to play with. He had, you know, a lot of his mix-ups and teleports and things like that I really enjoyed playing with. But I didn't find him to be all that great. You know, he was fun, but nothing that was too spectacular. So we're going to put him in B. Corticon. Now, Corticon, I'm a little bit mixed about. It felt like when I played with Corticon that every time I jumped, it felt like slow motion. His dash is pretty good, but as far as his jumping goes, I don't know. It just felt really weird to me and awkward. But he's another one of those characters which, like Shao Kahn, in which he holds that blade or whatever it is you call it. I can't, machina or whatever it is. I really like that he has it out and he uses it in a lot of his moves and abilities and things like that. So I really enjoyed that, and he's like, a lot of his combos that he has is really cool. I mean, even though that I think that I didn't have too much fun, but now that I look back on it and I played and I remember all of the things that I did with him, and his fatality is awesome. I love his fatalities. I love his one fatality, I guess, and then his brutalities aren't too bad. So I'm gonna actually put him in B. He was fun, but I don't think he was near as fun as all of the characters that I found in A. But he still is decent. It was pretty fun, pretty enjoyable to play with. Last one, Cassie Cage. Now it's interesting that as well as I play with Sonia, and as strong as Sonia is, I think Cassie Cage can be just as much or just as strong, right? I think she is another one of the characters that is a really good character if you know how to use her and know how to play with her. I do not have nowhere near the success with Cassie Cage as I do with Sonia. Sonia to me just seems like I don't know. She just seems like, to me, the most overpowered character in the game right now. I don't know if that's true, but at least for the way that I play in my playing style, I definitely feel like I beat better people than me when I play with Sonia. But if I was to play another character, I don't think I would do quite as good. But as far as Cassie Cage goes, her gear sucks. And some of her skins suck as well. Her drone is super cool. I really like the drone. The glasses, nah. Her pistol, nah. But some of her drones are absolutely awesome. But I think the best thing about Cassie Cage for me is her attitude. I really love, I think it's hilarious how when she does the brutality or whatever and she flips up her phone at the very end and she's like, is someone going to clean this up? That is freaking hilarious. I think that is so funny how she pulls out the cell phone all of the time and just like acts like it's no big deal. The attitude that she has and just when she's playing is just so much fun. The brutality that she has as well when she jumps on top of the person and then she just pounds their face. She like does it a couple times and then she pauses and then she just goes ham on their face and just goes crazy. That's probably one of my favorite brutalities in the game. So as far as playing with Cassie Cage and as much fun unlocking the brutalities and all of the potential that she has with her attitude, she was fun. She was definitely a lot of fun. So I'm throwing her up into, I don't want to say A or S, S or A or S. I'm going to go with A, but put her right behind Cetrion. So that is it, man. That is it. That is the tier list for the characters in which I had the most fun playing as. Now, of course, as we're going through, as we, keep playing the game, keep trying new characters, keep practicing with other characters, of course, this might change. Part of this also could be, have to do with how well I perform with some of these characters, even though necessarily I don't want to say that it does. But, yeah, that could be part of the reason, if I was really, really good with a character like Jackie Briggs. I've seen some people play with Jackie Briggs that are crazy, right? Same with Katana, or in Sub-Zero, even Johnny Cage. But if I was really good with them, maybe they might go up. I'm really not sure. But as of right now, as of doing the character towers, as with the experience that I had, that is what it looks like. Scorpion, Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung, Kung Lao, Liu Kang. Favorite characters that I played with, and all the ones in A I really, really, really liked playing with. B was pretty decent. C and D, on the other hand, nah, I could do without, even though I do play Sonia a lot. I do, because I do well with her. I play and I win with her. That's going to do it, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. Sorry it's been so long since I've posted a video. Like I said, I was out of town, and hopefully, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen from now on. YouTube, Mortal Kombat 11. It's been terrible. It's been terrible for the creators. It's been terrible for me. It's been tough trying to deal with all the things. The second this gets posted, I'm going to have to submit for a review. Even though there's no gameplay, there's no nothing, it's still going to get flagged. So still got to go through the whole process. But anyways, back to it. Back to the grind. I need to get on it and do the July 4th tower, get some more skins. I'm going to go visit the shrine, get some more gear, get some more skins and things like that. But hopefully everybody has a good July 4th, and I will see y'all again very soon. I am out. Peace.